Hello, everybody. How are you all? It's a late spring night. It's acting like it's summer. There's been some sort of heat wave, but it's still May. Whew. So, on those lines, this evening I decided to bring my summer pack. I've got the new tent to use, which I covered in the last video, but for those that missed it, it's the Stormgrottah 1.5 by Fjern. It's a tent I rate. Not irate, but I rate that tent. So this is where we're going to be pitching tonight. We've camped here before though. Okay, so I'll speak to you when we get where we're going. Yes. It's good to have a fire pit. Here we are, listening to the evening birds. They'll be settling down soon because it's going to get dark in the next couple of hours. So I should really think about putting the tent up. I know where I'm putting it. I use this space a lot. I'll be going there, which is kind of positioned there for some reason, so that the fire pit is on the other side, and hopefully any sparks that fly this way don't hit the tent. I have put a tarp between those two and slept there with just bivvy bags and whatnot. But tonight I'm putting to use the tent that I've waited over a year for. And I said earlier I've brought my summer bag out. But as soon as I'd made the decision, which is a bit of a risk, as soon as I made the decision, the weight and the articles that I'd taken out were quickly replaced with lazy things that, because I'm not too far from home, the chair, I brought my heaviest chair, I brought a can of food, one of my biggest sleep mats, things for comfort and ease. I brought them, apart from a tarp. Now it's not supposed to rain, but if it does, I'll have a certain amount of shelter because of the canopy. If it gets too bad, we'll be hanging out inside the tent, which is a good thing. I want to see what it's like under their sort of requirements, because that's a lot of the time I'm going to be using it. It's going to be lashing down with rain, and I'll be stuck out somewhere, and I have to sit in it until the morning. So I suppose I should get the tent up so you can see what it's like But then again, it was in my last video. I did a sort of unpacking of it. I think I should get my chair out and sit around for a while. I don't even know if I'm going to be starting a campfire. I don't need one. It's really warm. I'll be using up firewood for no reason. But then again, it is a campfire. And when you're camping, a campfire is, it's a requirement, isn't it? When you're camping in a place that it's safe and allowed, shall we say. So you'll find out in a moment, because I'm going to speak to you in a moment. Cleared a space for the tent. Not sure which way around I'm going to have it. Speak to you soon. Hey! And that's the tent up. Might look easy, but actually wasn't. I started putting it up. And I got halfway through and I realised the door was on the opposite side that I wanted it. So I took it down. I turned the tent round and started constructing it again. To get halfway and realised, no, that's actually right the first time. So I had to take it down again, turn it back to its original way, and start again. So boom, third time lucky. I'm not putting the guy ropes out, or the guy lines, whatever you want to call them from where you're from. So tonight it's actually going to be the first night camping in there. I pitched her the other day, didn't I? And I wasn't able to camp in it that night. But tonight is the night. I'm lathered up with mozzie spray. Not that I was bitten, but there are a few about, and a few of them tried to land. And mozzie's landing is what you don't want. Oh. What I'm going to do for a while is I'm going to get the chair out. I'm going to sit down for a moment. I nearly sent that thing up 3 times. Still got fire to consider. Well, I'll consider it while I'm sat on my rear. And I'll speak to you soon. Ah well. We can have a small fire, can't we? And all that wood over there was collected already, so that's from the last time I was here. Yeah, now I'm just going to sit and enjoy. I don't know what's making me most out of breath. My lungs are playing up today. The heat and now the smoke, or the gas is coming off all the mozzie spray I'm covered in. I better not get too close to the fire. I don't know what this stuff does. Well, it's 25 to 10, and there's the last little bits of daylight. Can you see that bluish haze through the canopy? That's the last little bit of daylight, and it's only May. Okay, nearly the end of May, but still. I'd better eat something soon. Can you see all the mozzies in that? Not really, but there are a lot of mozzies around. I can hear music off in the distance. Outside music as well, so. Music off in the distance, and right beside me there's a bird song. I think it's a blackbird. It's strange that it's this time of night, it's still light-ish. As you can see, we're losing a lot of light. But still 25 to 10. Phew. Well, I've got to speak really fast because there's music way off in the distance, but it's probably loud enough that the camera can pick it up, and I don't want a strike for playing music. So I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to try and talk as quickly as possible and talk over it. I'm not bringing you much content because of the music. I really don't want another strike. So whenever it stops, I'll speak to you some more. Speak to you soon. Well, here we are in the tent. It's 12 o'clock-ish. Oh no, 25 to 12. I came in the tent to get away from the music. I haven't been able to record anything because there's been loud live music somewhere. But now it's just stopped. I don't know if you can tell. There's a car alarm or some sort of alarm has started. At least I can't get a copy strike because of the car alarm. But I'm going to try and get my head down. I'll speak to you all in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning. Time is nearly 7:30. Yeah. Slept well enough. Speak to you soon. So, yeah, good morning. It's now 7:15, and I didn't actually sleep that well. Fitful dreams. Strange. And then at some point when it was still dark, I hadn't got any, well, there was no daylight coming in through the tent anyway. A muntjac deer. Must have been right next to the tent. I can have a look, see if we can see any footprints or anything. but it started barking like I say, when it was still dark. I ended up turning on a light inside the tent to scare it off, and it probably went about 10 meters away and started barking. Between that and the dreams that kept waking me up, it wasn't the best night's sleep. No complaints. I'm not really doing much today. Might be able to just laze around on the settee. But so what I'm going to do now is going to get some coffee on the go. So the tent really didn't get much of a testing last night. Apart from the 3 attempts it took me to put it up. There's absolutely not one drip of condensation on the inside. But it was a warm night. Doesn't always make a difference though. So the kettle's on. The food is there and I am contemplating it. I have the breakfast of champions if I can't be bothered cooking. But I do not like coming out of camp, especially when I'm recording and not cooking. It feels like you guys have missed out on something. Even though the food will be coming out of a tin. How lazy is that? I carried 3 litres of water with me. I generally do when I'm coming just local. If I'm not going local, I don't take any, because I decide where I'm going and I plan it out so that I'm near a water source, so I don't have to carry the water with me. And if you're going up mountains or very large hills, and there's generally a water source coming down. Back to the tent. It was a very comfortable place to be. That inner, it's very long and what you'd think to be narrow, but no, it's a lot larger than it looks. It's almost TARDIS-like in there. That tray that holds all your belongings. Excellent idea. I am going to get the footprint for this. I wouldn't mind knowing how much it weighs before I attach it and whatnot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I shouldn't be saying this to camera just yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to make me breakfast. I'm going to have chili con carne for breakfast. So, as things progress, I'll speak to you again. Speak to you soon. So it looks like we're definitely going to be eating. It's a lovely morning. What I'll do is I'll go and have a look what the weather report says. And I'll get back to you. Let you know. Speak to you soon. Okay, so the rice is in there steaming, and here we have the chili. And we have coffee, spilt coffee. I can hear a dog, so the dog walkers are out already, and it's 8:30 in the morning. It's a spaniel. I do like spaniels. The weather report doesn't mention any rain at all. I am getting a couple of mozzies, but nothing, not too many. Well, this is pretty chilled out. Everything's gone according to plan. My only, not stressful moment, but the difficult decision is I've got a red plate with me, but I'm thinking of just dumping the rice into the chili when the chili's ready. Why dirty a plate? It's bushcraft, you know. Never utilise all your equipment when you don't have to. Did I say have to? Oh, there's a big mozzie. Anyway, I'll speak to you soon. Chili is ready. Didn't take long at all. I'm just going to throw the rice in there, and that'll do it. Before I start all that, I'm going to put some water on to do the dishes. So I'll organise all that, and I'll speak to you when we're just about to eat, or we're having that first bite. So there we go. Chili and rice. Breakfast of champions. Let me just have a little taste, being as it's tinned chili, not my own concoction. I don't know. Possibly 5 out of 10. I'll speak to you soon. Well, as a tinned meal, that went down pretty well. And the fact that it's just hitting 9 o'clock now. 9 o'clock in the morning. I do feel a bit bloated. I've got to do the dishes before it all hardens. So I'll speak to you soon. Look at that. The sun streaming through the canopy. Makes me want to just sit here. I can't, I've got to go. The tent's been packed away. I've left no trace. I've actually picked up some other people's empties. All I've got to do is pack the chair away that I'm sitting in and leave. I've got to sit indoors for the next couple of hours, but I'm going to have to try and get back out later on today. I can't be sat indoors when the weather's like this. Look at it. Well, because of the live music that was being played somewhere last night, I actually had a really chilled out evening. And strangely enough, I love live music. It was a pleasure to hear, even though I couldn't quite make out what the songs were. It was still a pleasure. It did stop me recording a lot last night, but when that's the recording monkey is taken off your back, you're able to relax a bit more. So it was really a relaxing, super relaxing night for me last night and this morning. I'm struggling to understand how it's still so early, but I suppose I went to bed early, so I got up early and I packed down early, leaving early, eating breakfast. I'm still bloated, still very bloated. I'm so happy with my tent. I can't wait to get it out in some rougher weather and give it a proper testing. I need to know what its limits are, what it can take, what it can't take. And the only way to do that is to get it out in the... But it's passing with flying colours so far. It's beautiful. And last night I wanted to put the camera on and show you, but I couldn't because of the live music. But the orangey goldy exoskeleton in the darkness, it blended in, so it only kind of sticks out during the day. As soon as it gets dark, you can't see it. It blends in so well in the darkness, which is good to know, especially come autumn, winter, when it gets dark so early. Oof. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get up and go. So, in conclusion, the tent were great, the night were great, my breakfast were great, even though, where are they? Let me show you this. Yeah, I did bring the breakfast of champions. It'll have to be the lunch of champions now. So thanks for watching. Thanks for you who always watch. I do appreciate everybody. Those of you who haven't, consider hitting that subscribe button. And do hit the like button and maybe the hype. It makes such a difference to the channel. I've been getting battered. I was injured for a while over Christmas periods, and since I came back, my videos just aren't affecting the algorithm, so nobody's seeing them. A handful of people are getting to see my videos. But if you keep hitting the like buttons and maybe some hypes, then the algorithm will start taking notice of me again and bump me back up. Hey, the most important thing is please take care out there. It can be a rough old world, and I'll speak to you next time.